Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to take all that research, the white papers, the analysis you send us, and just turn it into clear, usable knowledge. And today, we are not talking about a simple upgrade to your online shopping cart. We're diving into what the leading analysts are calling a fundamental change in how commerce actually works.
That's absolutely right. And our mission today is to really unpack this idea of agentic commerce. This isn't just, plugging in more AI. This is AI empowerment. So we need to define what an agent even is in this context, look at how it totally redraws the map between you and the merchant, and I think most critically for you, identify the urgent steps retailers need to take right now.
Okay, let's start at the beginning then, because AI is already in retail, right? I mean, we see it everywhere. There are tons of tools using predictive AI. Think forecasting demand, that kind of thing.
Exactly, or supply chain issues. And then you have generative AI.
Which is great for content, writing 50 different product descriptions in a second or coming up with new designs.
But agentic AI, this is the leap. While predictive AI helps you forecast and generative AI helps you create, agentic AI allows for autonomous action. It acts on a user's behalf.
So it's the difference between a system saying, here's a good jacket for you, and a system that, goes out and buys it.
It goes out, executes a multi-step purchase, manages the payment, coordinates the fulfillment, all without you lifting another finger.
Wow. Okay, so it transforms the experience from being reactive, you type something, it answers, to being, proactive.
It creates a self-driving, autonomous shopping ecosystem. And this whole shift, it's being fueled by what we all expect now.
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
Deep personalization.
We're demanding assistance that goes way beyond what a normal website can do. People want systems that learn their habits, that look for value, that just complete tasks on their own.
Which is what pushes us past e-commerce and into this agentic commerce.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this by looking at the problem it's really solving, which is just the sheer friction in modern shopping. If you track a typical consumer journey today, the sources we read call it a series of disconnected steps.
Oh, it's a marathon. Think about it. You see a great pair of hiking boots on Instagram. That's step one.
Right.
You leave Instagram, open up Google, search for the brand. Step two, you click through to a marketplace, check the price. Step three.
And you realize the sizing is a bit weird, so you jump over to some third-party review site to see what people say about the fit.
Step four. And then finally you go back and check out that whole sequence.
Yeah.
It's just loaded with chances for the retailer to lose you.
The old way. It relies on the consumer navigating your static systems.
Yeah.
Your website, your search bar.
Your checkout flow, every single click.
But this new paradigm, it flips that whole script.
Yeah.
Instead of the consumer doing the navigating, the retailer's systems, these agents, they proactively interact with the consumer's agent.
It moves from browsing to, delegation. The consumer's agent becomes their proxy, their own personal shopping assistant.
And this agent is empowered to do what? Discover products, compare options.
Compare options across vendors, negotiate prices, and then complete the actual purchase.
And on the flip side, the retailer's agents have to be ready for this. I mean, they're managing everything from hyper-personalized recommendations to
real-time inventory adjustments, negotiating promotions, and processing maybe thousands of transactions with consumer agents all at the same time.
It's a whole new back end. It has to be built for dynamic exchange, not just showing static pages.
And that dynamic exchange is exactly why we need to look at the two interaction models that define this landscape. These models, C2M and M2M, they're really the backbone of it all.
Okay, let's start with C2M. Consumer to merchant. This sounds like the ultimate personalized shopping experience.
It is. C2M is pretty straightforward. Your personal AI agent, it acts as your proxy, your digital twin, you could say, and it interacts with all these different merchant agents to fulfill a really complex request.
The sources gave a great example to help visualize this. Let's say you tell your agent, I'm going hiking in the Canadian Rockies in August. I don't know what to wear. Find me a couple of outfits that match my style and my budget.
That's a super abstract, goal-oriented request. And this is where the autonomy just shines. The agent first looks at your history, what brands you like, your sizes, your budget, and then it just gets to work.
So it's not just searching for hiking jacket.
No. It's interacting with marketplace agents for discovery. It's checking inventory agents for sizing and availability across, maybe a dozen retailers. And then it engages payment agents to buy everything and ship it.
So you, the consumer, you just state the mission. And the agent handles the entire multi-site, multi-step execution. What strikes me is the psychological shift here. It basically means the search bar is dead. You're not searching anymore. You're delegating.
Precisely. And while C2M is incredible for the shopper, the M2M model, that's merchant to merchant, that's where the really big strategic shift happens for the retailer.
This is where it gets really interesting. So walk us through the M2M scenario.
Okay, so in the M2M model, your retailer's AI agent interacts with other merchant agents. It's extending your own capabilities. Instead of treating every business out there as a threat, you start to see them as part of this dynamic, interconnected network.
So let's use the classic out-of-stock example. A customer's agent asks your agent for a specific jacket, but you don't have it.
In the old world, that's a lost sale, pure and simple. You say, sorry, check back later, and they're gone, maybe forever.
Right.
But with M2M, your agent immediately pings the network of other agents. It finds the exact jacket from a competitor who does have it, completes the transaction with that retailer's agent, and coordinates the fulfillment straight to the consumer.
Okay, what's fascinating here is the implication for brand loyalty, I have to ask. Wouldn't this just destroy it? I mean, why would a retailer invest in a great experience if their agent just sends a sale to a competitor?
That is the absolute key question, and the answer is a little subtle. You capture revenue by facilitating the sale. You kept the customer relationship. You solved their problem seamlessly, so they didn't have to go start a new search somewhere else.
Oh, so your brand's agent becomes known for being useful and efficient, not just for what's in your warehouse.
Exactly. The sources are explicit here. This transforms competitors into a dynamic network of collaborators. You're still capturing revenue because you kept the consumer in your orbit, even if the product came from somewhere else.
So it changes the whole game. The goal isn't maximizing exclusivity anymore. It's about maximizing participation and utility within that agent network.
That's it. The advantage moves from hoarding inventory and data to just participating openly and reliably.
Okay, so if retailers accept these two models, C2M and M2M, they've basically got two strategic paths to choose from.
Two paths that really define their role in this new landscape.
Path 1, own the consumer experience end-to-end. So this is about creating a branded agentic environment that's so good, the customer just wants to start and finish their entire journey with you.
Right. If a retailer goes this route, they're focused on super sophisticated product discovery, on enabling cross-retailer shopping through their branded environment, and on building these hyper-personalized loyalty systems. They want to be the trusted curator, the preferred interface for your agent.
But isn't there a risk of creating a walled garden with that strategy? If I own the experience completely, aren't I sort of defeating the purpose of the M2M interoperability?
That is the core trade-off. You're absolutely right. You accept that risk, you limit your reach a bit in exchange for maximizing control over the customer data and the brand story.
Okay, got it. Now, path 2, own the transaction, regardless of origin.
This is the opposite focus. This strategy is all about capturing the sale no matter where it starts, on your site, on a consumer's own agent, or maybe initiated by another platform entirely. The transaction is what matters.
Which means, to succeed there, you have to be a full participant in that bigger agent-to-agent network. You have to speak the same language.
And that's where the architecture gets really specific. For these agents to talk to each other securely and effectively, they need standard protocols. This is, it's non-negotiable if you want this to scale.
So let's drill down on those, because this is crucial for any technical leaders listening. The first one is the agent-to-agent, or A2A protocol.
A2A is the common technical language. It's how agents request, negotiate, and confirm things. You can think of it like the diplomatic protocol of the digital world.
Without it, you just have chaos.
Total chaos. Your agent tries to ask a competitor's agent for inventory, and they don't understand the data format or the security handshake. A2A makes sure they're speaking the same technical dialect. It's foundational.
And the second one, just as important for path 2, is the secure transaction layer, the agent payments protocol, AP2.
AP2 is essential. Why? Because these M2M transactions, they're often invisible to the consumer and they have to be payment agnostic.
Yeah.
It's a standard framework for secure, agent-led payments across any platform. And when transactions are happening autonomously, the level of trust and security has to be exponentially higher than, a human typing in a credit card number. AP2 is designed to handle that.
So the takeaway here is pretty clear. Whether you choose path 1 or path 2, you have to build a clean, interoperable foundation using these standard protocols. The time to prepare the plumbing is now.
Absolutely. The competitive advantages are going to the first movers. And our sources really emphasize that preparing now isn't about buying some new software. It's about getting your own internal data and systems in order.
They give 3 practical steps. And recommendation 1 is all about data quality. It's the most immediate action. Optimize product details for agentic discovery.
This goes way beyond simple SEO. An agent can only match a complex request, like our Rockies outfit example, if the data it's pulling from is reliable, structured, and really, really enriched.
So it's not enough for a product entry to just say jacket.
No, it needs to specify waterproof, breathable Gore-Tex, rated for temperatures between 10 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit, that kind of detail.
You're basically building what they call an intelligent digital shelf. The data has to be good enough for an AI to understand consumer intent from it. Messy data just means your agent fails.
Recommendation 2 is architectural. Build agent-ready infrastructure. This is where the budget is going to go.
And that means a clean, unified data foundation. So many retailers still have siloed systems. Inventory data here, customer data over there.
And if your data is a mess, your agent will be slow, inefficient, and untrustworthy. You need robust APIs and centralized data lakes that can handle the sheer volume of real-time data for all this agent-to-agent communication.
This sounds like a massive multi-year project.
It is, which is why you have to start now. You can't participate in the network if your back-end systems can't handle the flow.
And finally, recommendation 3, foster human oversight and collaboration. Even in an autonomous world, trust is everything.
Yeah, even highly autonomous systems need guardrails. Retailers have to build human oversight into these systems to manage the critical decisions, like a really unusual price negotiation or a potential fulfillment problem. It means creating new roles, like agent manager. You're still responsible for the strategy, the ethics, and the ultimate customer outcome. The agents are just incredibly powerful assistants.
And just to underscore how fast this is moving, the tools are already here. The sources point to things like the conversational commerce agent built on Gemini and Vertex AI and something called the Agent Development Kit, the ADK.
The ability to act is present. The urgency is strategic.
So what does this all mean? Agentic commerce, it's defined by AI taking action for consumers and merchants. It enables these complex autonomous sales through C2M and M2M models all across a unified network. It seems to me the platforms and the standard protocols like A2A and AP2, the ones that enable all this secure, intelligent chatter between agents, they're going to define the next generation of commerce.
And it requires this fundamental shift in how retailers even view their competition. If the M2M model means your agent is now responsible for sourcing and fulfilling an order from your biggest competitor, it just redefines everything. So what foundational beliefs about, brand exclusivity and hoarding your data, what beliefs must retailers just discard completely to succeed in this new open network ecosystem? It's something to mull over as you start reviewing your infrastructure this week.
And that is where we will leave our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us for this crucial look into the future of retail. We'll be back soon with more insights from the sources you share.